How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing in the room? Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Fantastic. This is going to be the fun room. I do apologize if I've got loads of energy. I have been on lockdown for so long. Whenever I see people, I get really excited.
Yes, love it.
Fantastic. Nice. So we're going to be starting real soon. I'm looking at Wendy, and Wendy, you might actually be going first simply because AXX or ATA is running slightly late. So we got an email.
Okay.
We're going to give them about a minute to see if they're actually here on time. And if not,
That's
you're going to
right.
go first. Is that all right,
Okay.
Wendy?
We're ready to go. And
Fantastic.
I just want my co-founder, Ivan, to be on. That's the only request. But I just texted him. He'll be on in a second. But we can go first.
Nice. Awesome. The key thing about this is... Oh, there he is. Nice. Hello, Ivan. Great to see you.
Hi, everyone.
Perfect. So the way that the pitches are going to work, judges would love for you to have your cameras on, so because it's always great just to interact with somebody that they can see. Startups, you have 4 minutes, and then after your 4 minutes are up, I will jump in and say your 4 minutes are up, but you can carry on as long as you want. And then what will happen is that it's over to you, judges, for any feedback or anything that you'd like to give them. If you are not speaking, please be on mute, because then it just background noise. I will completely mute myself and I'll be sitting here eagerly watching you guys. But apart from that, we are good to go. Wendy, are you ready?
I am
Ivan,
ready. Let's share my screen. And then once we do that, we will be ready. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Awesome. So just let me know when the starting horn begins.
Your starting horn starts now. Off you go.
Okay, I'm Dr. Wendy Tong, and what we're up to is transforming the aging experience for our communities, the world, through innovative technologies that extend and enhance elder care. The problem, as we see it, is that seniors desire to remain in their homes, to age in place. And with the COVID impact, that desire has actually escalated, a large part because of COVID-related deaths in nursing homes. At the same time, as the world's population ages, the number of caregivers will drop. So there's a huge demand that's increasing, which will outstrip the supply of caregivers. So home care, as we see it, cannot remain where it's at. And in order for a limited supply of caregivers to be maximally effective, those caregivers will have to evolve and take on additional roles as navigators and customer support for our tech products. The tech products actually will enhance and extend the efficacy of our caregivers in doing their day-to-day jobs. We've already built the back-end process that maximize operational costs and keeps prices low for our clients. We've started connecting our seniors with their families and with their senior living communities. And all of this is part of an ultimate vision of an interconnected ecosystem where at the center, the senior client is partnered with the Wendy's team guardian, who is a caregiver, but beyond that actually helps that senior adopt and actually remain engaged with the tech platform that connects them with their families, their senior living communities. We've already started building that, but also with all of the activities, services, and retail products that a senior uses in their day-to-day lives, such as groceries, transportation, software providers, healthcare, home care services. So the demand, as I said, has been skyrocketing. And even in our own company's experience in the last 3 months, our month-on-month growth has averaged 38%. And that is shown in the upper left-hand corner, May, June, and July in our visit hours, which is our unit of production. And that correlates to our revenue figures that is in the lower third of our slide. We have 2 revenue streams right now, a B2C and a B2B, B2B2C, where we have partnered with senior living communities. In January, we had partnerships with 2 senior living communities. We added on a 3rd partner in May, and you can see how those numbers really escalated, due in large part because of our partnerships with senior living communities. So this slide shows how Wendy's team knows this market and how we can execute. We were established in 2016 in 1 market. We've since grown to 2 markets. We've delivered over 72,000 hours of care. We have over 120 active team members in 2 markets, and we have not only sustainable but profitable growth in revenue. And in the upper right-hand graph, you can see the B2B revenue growth. So in May, we signed on our 3rd partnership with a senior living community, and that really brought our growth curve up. So our regional growth strategy is to partner with senior living communities. That represents a very stable and solid distribution channel, and it will also be the distribution channel for our tech products. In Colorado, where we're at, there are a total of 240 senior living communities. Our plan is to grow into Arizona, Nevada, and Texas, which are surrounding Colorado. They all represent areas of the country that are underserved. And you can see our targets in terms of penetration. That rate increases as we break into nationwide franchise chains of senior living communities. And then corresponding to those growth targets are also the revenue growth numbers seen on the bottom left. And we are raising 1.5 million. Oh, okay, so use of proceeds, and this is our team. Join us.
Hey, Wendy, just to give you a heads up. Yeah, that was 4 minutes, and you had time if you wanted just to finish off the last minutes of the pitch, because how you use that time is completely up to you. However, seeing as you ended so abruptly, I do apologize. I am now going to hand over to our judges, Flavio and Kevin. Go for it.
Hi, Wendy and Ivan. Really well done on the presentation. I guess on my end, you clearly to service the U.S. market, right?
Currently, yes, but
yes.
I think the world's the limit, because aging is a universal problem.
I completely understand that, but how big is your market, and who are your competitors?
Yeah, so how big is our market? Gosh, we have a slide in our full pitch slide. I don't have the numbers right at the tip of my tongue, I apologize. And our competitors are, a couple of the top ones are like ATA.ONE, which raised a successful round with Mark Andreessen leading them. They started out very similarly with us, as us in a gig economy, which we've been successful and proven traction in. And then they also kind of found that the B2B market, and they pivoted there in a SaaS product. We're kind of heading towards a similar type of approach. So they're probably our biggest name competitor. Ivan, you know of a few that are marketplaces for senior products, even Amazon, but there's really none that are custom to a senior population, where all of the vendors and retail providers are vetted for seniors and to be culturally sensitive to seniors. So there's nothing like that right now.
Can I ask a few questions around the sort of the team members and the amount of the clients and the team members? So it seems to me it's rather, well, it seems that it's a fairly intensive process. So the slide you showed of the circle with the team member in the middle looking after the senior and interacting with all those things. Can you say you've got 72,000 hours, 120 team members? Can you give me a sense of typically how long each team member spends per week or month with the seniors? And also, how are the team members paid?
Sure. It's a gig economy. So the team members are basically the same people who pick up Uber and Lyft type jobs with minimal skills. We have a pretty intense in-house training. So it's really geared towards hospitality. In terms of how much time they spend with a senior, usually the most popular request is what we call the morning routine, which is 2 hours in the morning to get a senior ready and set up for the day, and they can remain in their home. And in that 2 hours, you can accomplish a lot. And a lot of it is for our seniors now isn't just a daily task, but that companionship. And that's actually where the opportunity is for our caregivers to end up, engaging them in the tech platform. And so we've found that this is an important component, is having the caregivers, but we've stayed with the unskilled labor force of gig workers because there's a lot of flexibility. The churn can be pretty high, but with the gig model that they can pick up visits, and we pay quite a bit higher than what other home care agencies pay. To give you an idea, other home care agencies pay $13 to $15 an hour, and we pay $17.50 per hour, US dollars. Mm-hmm. And so we're able to keep people longer, and we have no trouble attracting people, even though it is dependent on human beings and recruitment and that pipeline. But we found that we can be very efficient in using them.
And what sort of checks do you do on those people in terms of?
Sorry, Kevin and Wendy, I know you have more questions. You can pick them up afterwards because technically the 10 minutes are up, and that's how the time goes. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Wendy. She did fantastic. I don't know if you guys can see it in the chats, but really, really, really well done. Look at that. Round of applause. Love it. And Ivan, thank you very much for just being that pillar of support just there in the background, that silent nod. Yeah, we love it. We love it. Awesome. Sure. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Wendy.
Please do connect after the event.
Connect after.
Yeah.
Yes, please. All right. Next, we are going to, because we changed up the order just a little bit, we are going to go with ATA. And I know you are in the building. I believe the founder is called Paysme. Are you there, Paysme? Are you able to log on for us? Wendy, do you mind turning off your camera and just stop sharing? And Ivan as well, if you could stop sharing. Thank you so much, guys. Awesome. Are you able to log on? Let's have a look. Invite him to the video call if he's able to accept that.
Just taking the opportunity to say hi, Flavia and Kevin.
Hi.
Join in a bit late.
I don't think you're going to get much chance to say anything if you're going between the two.
So I'm trying to be as flexible as I can with the time, but it was just like 10 minutes each.
Yeah, no, that's good.
That's fine.
No worries. Let's have a
How
look.
many companies do we have?
So today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 companies. Woo, woo, woo. Lucky number 7. I love it. Paysme, you're not able to join the chat or the call, so we're going to move on to the next person, who's NGX Startups. NGX, are you in the room? Let's see. Yes, no. Can you access? You should be able to access. I'm going to invite. Let me see if I can invite you to the panel. Just give me a moment, guys. This is so funny. This has officially become the new normal. And as usual, technology is letting us down in this moment in time, but hopefully you guys are able to join on. NGX, are you there? Jonah, let's have a look.
I'm here. NGX is here.
There we fantastic. How you doing, Jeremy? You all right?
Yeah, I'm grand. Thanks, I'm grand. Has somebody dropped off over there? I'm a bit early.
Yeah, I think somebody's dropped off a bit early, so I was just like, but no worries. We've literally rejigged the order because we're not able to get one of the startups. But are you good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I can jump straight in if you like.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you're able to share your screen, or are you just going to do it off the cuff?
No, I'll share screen to give you something to look at other than my ugly mug.
Great. Awesome.
Let me, can you guys see it?
Yes, we can.
All right.
Awesome. Your time starts now. Off you go.
Great, thanks. So Jeremy, CEO and co-founder of NGX, and we've developed the world's first genetically personalized nutrition shake. So people are unique and they have unique nutrition requirements. The graph on the left, the red line that you can see represents official recommended food guidelines on a daily basis, the average. The green bars represent an individual's real requirement. What does that mean? Nutrient deficiency can have quite a big impact across all health, fitness, and well-being goals. However, these secrets can actually be revealed by our DNA. So we created NGX, which is from a simple at-home DNA test, we can give customers a personalized nutrition report on their needs, and then they subscribe to our patent-pending personalized monthly subscription shake, which is made from high-quality natural ingredients. So by consuming, so NGX enables you to be your best both inside and out. So eating your best enables you to feel your best, train your best, look your best, and perform at your best. The company sits at the sweet spot of three major consumer trends. So a booming fitness industry growing at nearly 9% a year, was valued at 87 billion in 2019. Accelerating demand for personalization, 20 billion in 2016, growing at 9%. And a dramatic rise in DNA testing, valued at 19 billion in 2019 and nearly 10% growth rate. We're the first and only personalized complete nutrition shake. There are personalized vitamins out there. There are generic vitamins, and there are generic complete nutrition, which is micro-macro mix, but we're the only personalized complete nutrition shake. Our goal is to become the world's leading brand in personalized nutrition. So that's across fitness, sport, and wellness, and the UK, US, and European markets. And to enable us to achieve this, we've got some lined up with the likes of Spartan, who own Tough Mudder, as well as advanced conversations with Team GB, Wales Rugby Union, and AXA Health Insurance, combined giving us access to over 5 million consumers. And we've got a growing network of loyal brand ambassadors and influencers, a number of elite athletes and professional sports people, such as Greg Bateman, professional rugby player, Team GB athletes, both for rugby and rowing and sprinting, and professional boxers such as Lloyd Jermaine. We're looking to raise 150K for scale-up activities, and we can achieve profitability within the next 12 to 18 months. And we're EIS eligible. Cash will be spent on marketing, PR, and customer acquisition, as well as product, HR, and brand partnerships. And we'll have a 20K monthly burn rate once we're up and running. We've got a scalable subscription-based business model. So our DNA testing is outsourced, as well as our nutrition manufacture and distribution, and customers subscribe to us on a monthly basis. We've got a benchmarked 5-year plan to achieve 42 million in revenue and an 8 million EBITDA, valuing the company at 150 million plus in year 5. Exit strategy is a year 5 acquisition, and there are potential suitors such as Glanbia, Huel, and Nestle. And nutrition is actually very active when it comes to M&A. And from a team perspective, the core team is led by a team of serial entrepreneurs, experts in science, marketing, and nutrition. And we've got a very talented commercial and scientific advisory board from ex-Facebook and Google directors through to leading professors in the field of nutrigenetics, which is the science that backs up what we're doing. So why invest? We're first to market. It's a large and growing market. We're scalable. We had highly positive feedback from our test group so far. We're patent pending. We've got our UK trademark nailed, as well as EU and US pending. We've got EIS advanced assurance, and you guys can get 50x potential returns. Thank you very much.
Nice. As you can hear, that is my alarm going off. That was exactly 4 minutes. Judges, over to you.
Oh my, Jeremy, I absolutely loved your presentation, and
thank you.
I just think that you've touched on a few quite important elements about your business. I just a little bit of context. I have a portfolio of early stage life sciences. I can see roughly what's coming to the ecosystem here in Europe and in the US, and many of those companies end up being my clients and working with them a lot.
Hey, Jeremy, do you mind stop
Maybe
sharing your screen for a
couple of
sec?
years ago.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry to interrupt, Flavia. There we are. Thank you.
I think it's, no, don't worry. I think you stumbled onto something very important. There have been some amazing companies raising quite a lot of money on vitamin supplements, personalization. I think this is the next best thing. And just walk me through. Have you done any tests in the market, at least attempting to understand the pricing, how to position it, how to acquire customers? Do you have that expertise in the team, which is often a determinant factor whether you're going to be successful or not?
Can I just jump in to add something to that, because that's going to be a 5-minute answer, so I'm not going to get much of a chance. So added to that, are you actually selling anything at the moment? Have you got paying customers?
Yeah, so we soft launched a few months ago, but we did it very, very quietly because of COVID, and we were testing the ground. We've had a lot of work to do in the back end in terms of automations, which we've now done, because obviously as a personalized product, there's a lot more going on. So we've built all of our back end algorithms and automations for automating all of the nutrition reports, and really turning, and all of our product formulas and matching to customers and everything, that's all built. So we've just rolled out the website a few months ago, as I said, did a very soft launch, and have gradually been sort of recruiting customers as we build out the proposition online, because it's quite complex. So yes, we've got some customers. We've just also launched our subscription functionality as well. So and it's looking very good. We're just about to start pushing advertising, where we haven't really been pushing it that hard to date. We've just been accumulating customers organically. So we're looking to ramp up quickly, and we've got the infrastructure to do that. Flavia, to your question, routes to market wise, we're selling online predominantly. We were also going into gyms before pre-COVID, but that is still something that's on the radar. So we've basically got plans for online, offline, through partnership deals with brands, and plus we're building a PT network that will sell directly to their customers, and because they'll get longer adherence. I've got a very, very sophisticated forecast model, outlines all of my assumptions across price points, margins, and everything to scale us up to that year 5 valuation.
Maybe can you talk a bit about how you maintain your differentiation? You said you're outsourcing the DNA side of things and the testing there. So why can't existing brands replicate this? Are you worried about that?
So what we outsource is the wholesale sort of nutrition production. The DNA testing is just the actual testing of the sample and sending us the raw data. Mm-hmm. Our ability to process the raw data, in terms of what we've done, is where our differentiation comes in. We've actually recently just been granted the ability to file a patent on it as well. We had to go through quite a lengthy process and a lot of trial and error. We also have got NDAs and competes with some leading professors in the field, and there's not actually that many of them, so we're looking to lock up quite a lot of them. There's quite high barriers to entry actually in the automation to get rolling. We've also got quite expansive plans and pipeline ideas for rolling out. We can expand the product offering in a lot of areas. And importantly, once customers subscribe, because the product's personalized, they can't get it from anyone else. So there's also barriers to switching from a customer perspective. So we expect good subscription rates long term.
Makes sense.
So, Jeremy, I would love to have a conversation with you afterwards. I'm involved with a number of companies where I see there being some good cross-selling opportunities.
Okay, fantastic.
So yeah, we must pick this up. But I agree with everybody else. I think you're into a market that is seeing huge growth, and impressed with where you've already got to in terms of your the companies you're dealing with and the people that are helping you to promote it. So I think you're in a very good space to take this forward. So what valuation is the 150,000 you're looking to raise? What's the valuation?
Sorry, Kevin, that was literally the last comment. So unfortunately, time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jeremy. That was a really well done presentation. Sorry, Kevin. Really, really, really good. Loved it. Awesome. And it was literally 4 minutes and you managed to cram in and answer all the questions effectively. Well done. We're going to move on to the next person. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for jumping on. The next person that we're going to have is Jason Bullock. Are you ready? Jason, are you with us in the chat today? Are you able to come on and deliver your pitch? As you can see, we've actually moved ATA, and we've moved them at the end because we can't seem to find Chris Moore. But Numerous, you are next. Are you available to jump on? There we go, yes. Jason. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Very good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you perfect. You sound great.
Excellent, excellent. So I'll just quickly share the presentation.
Fantastic.
Sorry, you caught me off guard there, so I just had to quickly share the camera and now share the screen.
No worries. Just a heads up to all you startups, please realize that we've moved you 10 minutes earlier simply because of the fact that we've had to move our #1 slot all the way to the end because they're currently not in the room. And if they don't turn up to pitch, that's absolutely fine. We'll just go with the flow and how things are going. But so far, startups, you're doing amazing. Really well done. Go for it, Jason. You ready?
Yeah, ready when you are.
Fantastic. Off you go. Your 10 minutes.
Okay, so excellent. Thank you. So our mission is to establish a new personal data sharing economy and create a world where the power and value of data benefits all. So the problem is people have lost control of their personal data and they don't share in its value. So our solution is to help them create, control and monetize their own data profile, unlocking their data wealth. So why now? Well, the introduction of GDPR and the innumerable data scandals that have occurred over the last few years have led to a rising understanding of how personal data is collected and monetized. It's led to a situation where 77% of consumers believe that data held digitally about them should be their own property, and 80% are unhappy their data is harvested and monetized by global corporations. So the size of the market is the personal data industry is obviously incredibly valuable and it underpins industries such as price comparison, advertising, market research, data insight, search, lead generation. These are industries worth combined 30 billion in the UK and 200 billion in the US, with some of the world's most successful companies all making significant revenue from their customer data. So we're obviously competing in several verticals, but as it is, there's nobody out there who is addressing the financial needs of the consumer by rewarding them for their data and the emotional needs of the consumer by giving them control of their data and control over consent through pure transparency and honesty of what you're going to do with the data to generate the value. And then that obviously links into sharing the value back with them. So our approach is to help users create their detailed data profile, explaining who they are as a consumer. We then use the data to train machine learning models that drive value for brands, helping them find more loyal and valuable customers and far deeper insight than before. The value then flows back to the consumers, who in turn provide us with more valuable data and refer more of their family and friends, creating a strong network effect. So the way we'll generate revenue is, in the first instance, we'll charge commission to brands for new customers, which is just the simple lead generation model. But there'll also be retention services, which are driven by machine learning, and cross-selling opportunities. We'll then allow brands to access our user base to conduct quick and cost-effective market research with different consumer groups. We will allow brands to pay a monthly subscription to access insights into their customers' behavior and decision-making. And then eventually we will become the personal data intermediary for consumers and businesses globally. So we recently completed our beta and the results were exceptional, as the big headline up there suggests. The early engagement levels were we allowed 1,300 consumers to sign up From those consumers, we had over 18,000 surveys completed, which gave us over 130,000 pieces of personal data, active personal data, so consensually shared rather than just passive. We also had over 3,000 renewal dates provided, which is really substantial because that's consumers telling us when their renewal is due, who their current brand is, what they think of the brand, what deal they're on, and 74% of those consumers have committed to positively to switching with Numerous when the sectors go live. So the plans for Numerous going forward is we obviously intend to build up a big database over the next few years of users, and off that a very vast database of valuable active and passive data, primarily active. The big milestones we're working on at the moment is we're currently working on a joint collaboration with academics from Warwick in the UK, Warwick University, Calgary University in Canada, and Connecticut University in the US. And it's a joint operation to develop an optimized pricing model for data monetization. We are planning on adding hundreds of brands across 10 different sectors. We already have 14 brands on board in mobile and lots more lined up to join. We are going to be launching our market-leading market research and data insight platform.
That's your 4 minutes, Jason. Keep going.
Scaling internationally, starting with the US. So we've built a very strong team it's a split pass, sorry. A very strong team of data experts, of data scientists, marketing experts, growth specialists, and we feel that we have the right product, the right time, and the right team. And I'll just leave you with a quote from one of our partner brands. Thank you very much for listening.
Nice.
Sorry.
Over to you, judges.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, so can I just ask a very simple question to start? And that is, you say you're the, you're the only ones out there looking at this at the moment. I've come across quite a number of companies that are looking at doing something in this space. I'm not suggesting they're out there doing it effectively at the moment, but everybody is looking at how individuals can own and control their own data. So tell me what is different about what you're doing, and who, not necessarily who, but how many other companies you're understand are actually in the market.
I think we may have lost him, no?
Yeah, maybe.
But I have to agree with you, Kevin. I thought exactly the same when I saw the deck. I thought I've seen that before a number of times, but it's tricky to get people on board. So it's interesting to see his view.
Could we get him back?
Yes, we can. I'm just going to try and work out exactly what happened. Jason, if you're in the chat, if you could just log back in, you should be able to access. I'm going to send you an invite. Not quite sure what happened there. No, that's Neil.
Sorry.
No worries, Neil. If you just log on and just wait until he's turn, then we'll get you over. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
I have no idea what happened then. Sorry, I was online, logged in, it just wouldn't let me. So I'll go straight to then. So
yes, you hear the question, or should I repeat it?
I heard the whole thing, so I can launch straight in. So there are a number of companies that are out there trying to address these same needs as us. Primarily, they're startups rather than large incumbents. I believe that there are two main mistakes being made. One is the issue of control. So on the one side of the data debate, the issue of control comes from the idea of ownership. Consumers don't want to own their data and the responsibility that comes with owning their data. They need control via consent. So they need honesty and transparency over how you're going to use their data, what the use cases are, and they need consent over those use cases so that they have control of how the data is monetized. That's what we're doing, and that's what there isn't really anyone else successfully doing that at the moment. As far as I'm concerned, they're tackling it from the wrong angle. The second main issue there is that, because a lot of people talk about it from a position of ownership of data, it's all very much the buzzword is decentralized. So once you pull the data from the market, you decentralize it, you effectively make it very hard to add value. So data in itself isn't inherently valuable. The data is created by the third parties you give the data to, who obviously have the processes that add the value. So the problem is when you decentralize the data, you remove that immediate ability to monetize the data and add value to it. So what we do is we keep the data in the existing value chains, which makes it very easy for consumers to earn or control the data and then earn revenue from it by doing the things that they would do every day anyway, rather than trying to withdraw the data and then create new value chains from scratch. And that's why most of the competitors are offering 10p here and 5p there. And consumers, they love the idea, but then they don't really feel rewarded emotionally or financially when they start using it. The feedback we've had has been very, very strong from both brands and consumers. So it's not a zero-sum game for us. We're not benefiting consumers at the expense of brands. We're creating a fair and equitable system where everyone benefits equally. So brands actually, they get more insight and they get, more valuable, more loyal customers, and consumers get the emotional and financial reward. So that's why we believe we're very, very different to anyone that's out there at the moment.
Yeah, Jason, I think that one of the.
Sorry,
okay,
Flavia.
so we're out.
Yeah, time is up.
Right.
So literally disappearing for 2 minutes means that your time is up, unfortunately. But what you can do is during the networking, any other questions that people might have for Jason, I do believe, please get in touch with him. That's what we're here to do, not only just to see the startup pitch, but any other questions, any serious follow-ups, any connections that you can have, please do get in contact with Jason. Ladies and gentlemen, please give up for Jason. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you. And I really apologize.
Thank you.
Get me off for some reason. But thank you for the time.
Cool, awesome. Thank you so much, Jason. All right, fantastic. Next, we have Leading Edge Only, which is Scott. Are you able to join us, Scott?
And I'll jump in the other room. See you later.
All right, see you later. Thanks, Baptiste. Thanks for having us. Okay, are you in the room, Scott? Leading Edge Only. Let's have a look. Leading Edge Only. Scott, are you available to pitch your idea now? I know the times have slightly shifted, but we should be more or less running on time now. Nope. All right, fantastic. We're going to move on to the next one, which is Paysme by Derek. Derek, are you there? Are you going to be pitching for us, Derek?
Can you see me in the room?
Perfect. Yes, we can. Thank you so much, Derek. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. You?
Fantastic. We're doing good. We are good to go. Have you got your pitch and your deck ready?
Share my screen 1 second. Right. Can you all see the full screen and see me okay?
Yeah, we can see you.
Great. Thanks, everyone. So quick background. My name is Derek Stewart. I'm the founder of Paysme. I've had 36 years in finance and technology. My last startup went from 0 to 2 billion hedge fund that was very successful. So I've taken all the money that I made and I've reinvested it to fund this business. And really, why did I create Paysme? And it's really about helping small businesses that are kind of lagging the digital economy and helping them transition to the digital economy and help them take on the big guys by really offering them a suite of financial services that they can access from one app. So it's really the concept of a super app, which is quite common in Asia, where you can combine payments, e-commerce, banking, insurance for a community of SMEs. So that's really my passion, that's my mission, and we're part of the way through doing this. This problem is huge. We're focused in the UK and Ireland right now. There's 5.9 million SMEs, 6.8 million self-employed people, but we're really focused on a couple of traditional industries where we know the entire supply chain, we have a network of contacts, and therefore we really have a competitive advantage in those communities. And that includes taxis, markets, high streets, and also sports clubs. Give you an example, a couple of our customer channels. Grant runs a community of 1,000 black cab drivers. They're one of our customers. We've got 12,000 black cab drivers on our platform already. David on the right runs Limerick Market. We helped them go live with contactless during COVID. And we have 258 markets signed up, which is about 13% of the markets industry. And we're just about to launch a new product for the sports stadium market that will include contactless payments, mobile ticketing, queue busting, click and collect for merchandise. So we're really bringing all of these together for these specific communities. Give you an example of a survey we did pre and post COVID from taxi drivers. We had 800 replies. We know what these drivers want, and I've actually just put out something on social media to announce a crowdfunding where all of the taxi drivers will be able to participate. So we want our customers to become shareholders and ambassadors. So really what makes us different is we're combining a suite of financial services using my experience. We're curating this common need in a very specific experience for these different communities, because no two communities, that's what makes us unique. The way we make money is from all of those services that I've described. So the beauty of the model is we can generate 8 to 10 revenue streams across multiple sectors, which makes it extremely resilient and highly scalable, even from a relatively low cost base. Our team come from well-known brands in payments, markets, transport. So we've got a very strong team, but importantly, we've got about 70 angel investors, all from these specific sectors that we're focused on, also including banking, payments, insurance, and all the financial services that we're ordering. So we can really lean on our shareholder base for that expertise. We've generated 1.5 million of revenue. We've done about 1.5 million mobile payments. On the right-hand side, I'm pretty proud of what we've done in lockdown. Signed up 800 new customers, rolled out nearly 900 InPost devices, signed up the Olympic Park Stadium, and then we launched a payments app for market traders in Ireland. And we're just finished designing what will become the biggest taxi booking app in the UK and Ireland. We're about to do a crowdfund. Why? Because our existing shareholders are going to add more capital, and our community of customers also want to invest in the business, and we want them to be part of it. So we're going to raise a minimum of 150 grand, which we'll launch in 2 or 3 weeks. I think we've got 100 already, so we're confident we'll hit the target. And then we're really looking to raise up to £1 million to just really accelerate the growth across the industry channels and communities, but also across the services. And we expect to be profitable in Q2 2021. Just for your information, I've invested £760,000 already of my own capital, and that's enabled us to fund it and bootstrap it and grow it the way we want.
That's your 4
And
minutes.
really just to finish, what we've created is a very lean business model. We've only got 4 staff at the moment, which we do need to add to. It's highly sustainable. Most of it's organic and word of mouth. And I believe we can scale this to about 50 million EBITDA over the next 5 years, and my ultimate plan is to list it on the London Stock Exchange. So I'm happy to take any questions, and thank you very much for your time.
Derek, that was such a good presentation. It's fascinating what you've managed to achieve already. My question is, why aren't you going for like Series A? And I know that, you know, I have so many companies that I've seen in my investment portfolio and in my current portfolio with SVB, and when they have those metrics that you have, they would be at the door of all the key Series A and B funds asking for their 5-10 plus million round.
Yeah, so there's really a couple of reasons, Flavia. My background is public investing, so therefore having run a hedge fund, I'm looking for investors that believe in what we do, want to be part of the community, and want to be part of the organic sustainable growth. So these industries, if you just chuck cash at them, you don't build community. The second thing is this is such a lean business model. Most of our growth comes from organic, word of mouth, and ambassadors. So we don't need a big budget. In fact, after this 1 million, I expect us to be profitable and self-financing. So the mechanics on a mobile point of sale device, if I give them out free and someone does £200 a week in card payments, it has a 200% internal rate of return. So it becomes self-financing. We don't need any more than £1 million.
It's just look, I completely understand the community and building that, but I look at companies like even Clio that are targeting this sort of expenses market, and they needed 50 million to even scratch the surface within the UK market.
Yeah.
So
No, I completely understand. I've analysed maybe in the past I've analysed 5,000 hedge funds, but I've analysed probably all the major startups that have got VC funding, and what they're effectively doing. They don't have unit economics. What they're effectively doing is just burning more and more cash. And this is my money and my shareholders' money. So this is going to be one of these businesses that scales on 1 or 2 million quid, because we don't need 5 or 10. It's just that money would just sit in the bank or get wasted. And having built a 2 billion hedge fund from zero, I kind of know what I'm doing. So I don't believe the VC model is necessarily, or the fast growth, high fuel model is necessarily the way to go. I think there's another way of doing it, and that's what I'm trying to prove.
I think with the crowdfunding,
into taking capital, we just don't need it. We just don't need that much money.
I think with the crowdfunding model and your customer base already, I mean, you've got a very big number of people that you can drag in easily, can't you? But what is the valuation of the business for the 150,000?
At the moment, we were hoping to raise the valuation, but I think given COVID, we've kept it the same. So for the last 18 months, we've worked off a valuation of about 3.8 million, which is calculated by the amount of capital that's gone in, where we are in terms of market share, and if you were to replace the technology. So it's not a bubble valuation. It's a very realistic, what I'd call real market valuation.
No, very, very interesting.
Seems like we have no more questions. Well done, Derek. Really, really good. You literally. Yeah, thank you so much, Derek.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Tambo.
Round of applause. You did fantastic. You even had 1 minute to spare. Left the judges gasping.
Thank you very much, guys.
I'd like to do more though, Derek.
Yeah, I'd love to chat. I will connect with you, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thank you so much, Derek. Right, we're going to move on to the next startup. And Scott, you impromptu came on the screen. So do we have Scott in the room? Leading Edge, are you available? Could you share your screen with us now? Are you there, Scott? Right, no worries. In that case, we're going to move on to Whitelance by Iman. Iman, are you there? Let's have a look. I did see you earlier. Are you there, Iman, founder of Whitelance? Right, hold on. I'm just going to do a quick Tanner announcement as I have been doing. So I'm just going to go to the chat. Let's have a look. Scott, I'm here. Fantastic. Scott, if you could actually begin to share your screen with us, that would be great. So you should be able to access the screen and share or access the chat. Let's have a look. I'm going to invite you for a video call. I've just sent it to you privately. So if you click that link, what that does, it should give you access to the chat and you'll be able to present and pitch to us. Oh, and we've just lost Flavia.
I'm glad you're doing this, Tambo, and not me.
Oh no, don't worry about it. It's fine. You know where I've got used to this whole new normal, being in this Zoom world where people are literally just trying to log on. Hey Flavia, welcome back. Nice. Scott, let me see. I've asked to join and it's not letting me. That's really strange. What you can do, Scott, if you could do me a favor, if you could actually exit the event, and then what you can do is you can, once you exit the event, click the link that was sent to you earlier, and then boom.
It's all right.
How are we doing, Scott?
Pardon?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much for bearing with us, Scott. How are you doing?
I cannot hear anybody else but Scott.
That's really weird. Hello?
No, I can hear you, Tambo. I can hear
everyone.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Okay, that's really strange. So Flavia, if you in the top right, there is actually a mute button which is on our faces. So if you click that, that allows you to be able to hear us. So all that does is mute us, but we can hear you. So if you could actually do it in reverse, that would be great. While Flavia is sorting that out, Scott, are you good to go? Are you ready?
Yeah, can Flavia hear me?
Yeah, I think she said she can hear you. Thumbs up, Flavia, if you can hear
Hear you,
Scott.
Scott.
Perfect.
Good. That's important. Okay.
Yes, it is. All right, off you go, Scott.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'll run through, I believe I've got 4 minutes to run through Leading Edge Only. Leading Edge Only has become the world's largest global innovation platform. It was spent 3 years in build, and it was launched back in 2018. And our whole USP is to remove this veil of mystique about innovation being expensive and make innovation accessible for everyone. To that point, Coca-Cola call us LinkedIn for innovation, and IBM call us eBay for innovation. They're nice phrases, but they're sort of true. We currently have over £500,000 in the bank. We have a running cost of 30k a month. However, we are moving towards break even. So, if our actual burn is more like 5 to 10 a month, so we've got a lot of cash. We've got 2 or 3 years cash, and our clients include companies like BP, Ford, BT, Waitrose, etc. The initial raise was £500,000 for 6% of the company. We raised 350. So all we're trying to do is close the round with 150,000. I'll show you what we do now. This is the issue. How do corporates find a more affordable way of sourcing innovation? And the innovators, how do they tell the world they exist? Because prior to Leo, innovators couldn't tell the world they exist, and corporates spend a lot of money looking for new solutions. So our whole mission is to make not only innovation accessible for everyone, that includes all the small companies, but also affordable. And we now connect organizations in over 120 countries. It's a 4-step process. So we have this platform. If you imagine your profiles on LinkedIn, instead of your profiles, imagine your solutions are on Leo. So corporate clients can promote on Leo the innovation challenges they have. Innovators from around the world can then apply if they believe they have a solution. Leo then automatically screens each innovation and ranks them in order of relevancy, and then places them in what we call a private client network. That's an area on the platform that's only accessible by that client to view those solutions. The client can then connect to those innovators directly through the platform that they're interested in. But the key is they can do it in a fast, efficient, and far more cost-effective way. Those are some of the clients that are using the platform. Pfizer are going live next week, IBM in October, GSK is sending their order this week, etc., etc. Snacks in France go live in a couple of weeks. They can see names like Ford, BP, Fujitsu, etc. on the clients. Over 600 universities we're connected to that respond to our challenges. We have over 16,000 innovations on the platform, and we're connected to the 30,000 plus around the world. And in terms of pricing, our competitors are organizations like 9 Sigma and Plug and Play in America. These are consultancies charging 6-figure sums, so they'll charge $100,000 to $200,000 per project. We're trying to make innovation affordable for everybody, and we have 3 licensing models. So for everything you've seen for a whole year, let's take Ford, they can have a challenge on that platform at any time during those 12 months and change that challenge as often as they wish. For 25K, you can run 3 challenges simultaneously. So companies like Fujitsu, M&S, Waitrose do that. But for the mid-sized companies that don't have innovation departments, can't afford to find innovation, we even have a 5K annual program, which means they can now enter the innovation market.
Let's keep going.
I don't have to, I've finished. Good time.
Scott, I love that program. There is I work a lot with early stage businesses, and
anybody else but you, Scott. So
Flavia,
I'm
hello.
not sure if anybody.
Yeah, Flavia.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So I work with a lot of early stage businesses, and a lot of those are tech related.
If nobody else is saying anything, I think my question for you would be: at what level of revenue?
Sorry, Flavia, hold on. Wait, pause. I'm gonna send a message to you in the chat, Flavia, and come back.
So Scott, I will carry on.
Yes.
And very often, big businesses, as you know, as you very well know, spend 2 years thinking about something, whilst the smaller businesses have got round to actually doing it and getting on with it and making it happen. So I think you've got a very, very important product there. I love the way that you described it, in that it seems to somehow use AI to match it and take it forward. But my question to you is primarily, if the business is cash rich and you've got a 3-year runway, why are you still looking at continuing with the fundraise?
I think simply just to close it, and you know, we really focus on what we spend. You know, we don't spend I penny pinch, frankly, just to make sure, because I always think you've got to have a strong cash position these days. And I've thought for the last 3 years. And what I'm trying to do is build a very strong company, just a solid, strong company. And so the raising, the balancing 150 is similar to close the round. Now, if we don't close the round with the 150, I should just probably close it anyway. But, you know, meeting Andrew, in fact, this is probably the last pitch I'll do. We have some big investors like Weinberg in Switzerland and co. And but I was just keen just to close at 150. That was all.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting though, because you're clearly selling equity. How much equity does that 150 represent?
Well, the 500 represents about 6%, so the 150 will represent about a couple of percent, I suppose.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I'm sure you're not going to have a problem finding 150,000. You know, I think what you've built, what you've got, the position that you're in is a fantastic model. And I can think of lots of companies that I'd be wanting to point in your direction to take advantage of it. But I was just curious about the fundraise.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're talking to lots of startups and things, what's happening now, we've been approached by consultancies wanting to use the platform for their own company. So we were approached by a company, Whitespace, a few weeks ago, who want to use the platform for their clients. So we won't do anything. We just create the network, and they run that, and they run their challenges on our platform. And so we are now. So if you have lots of innovators, you know, and you want to promote them on the platform, we create a network for you for free, and you can promote those technologies for free on the platform.
Yeah.
So if we take, can you hear me, Fabio?
I can hear you.
If we take Silicon Valley Bank and the thousands and thousands of your clients that are tech startups, all those can go on the platform for free and be promoted globally.
I think if you had all our clients, there would be no secrets.
That was an ambitious punt, Scott. I love it, but an ambitious punt.
We have 30-something thousand of the top best invested technology companies in the world. I don't think that there are that many every single year.
No. And the issue I find with startups is they either don't know how to market or don't have the marketing funding. They have the funding to develop the product. But then they hit this brick wall, sort of semi-assuming the world will be the path to their door, which ain't going to happen. And so what we say to them is, guys, you can promote your stuff for free. Every time we get a client challenge from Ford or GSK or IBM, we push that challenge out to you. And if you can solve it, you can connect to IBM directly through the platform. And we don't charge a commission or finder's fee or anything. our revenue stream, the corporates that pay annual licenses. And the 5K one to me is crucial for those companies that employ 100, 150, 200 employees, where they're suppliers. And the big guys are saying, we expect you to be innovative. And they say that we can't afford an innovation department. But they can use Leo for 5K a year to look for solutions.
Fantastic. I'm going to end it there, Mr. Sharp. That was fantastic. High praise from both our judges. Please give up one more time for Scott Sharp. That was amazing. Well done, well done, well done. Really good. Finally got you on and you delivered amazingly. Thank you so much.
Me and technology, I'm afraid. We're also being called now, guys, the world's only innovation dating agency.
Ooh. I think you should have started with that first, Scott. That would have been hilarious. That's great.
Yeah. We're umming and ahhing whether that should be the strapline. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Scott. We're going to move on to the next founder. Thank you for pitching for us.
Bye.
Nice. Awesome. We have our two final startups that are about to pitch. We are running slightly behind by about 10 minutes. I'm going to ask Iman, are you still on? Are you available? I sent a message. Iman, are you there? Iman with Whitelance. Right. Okay. And what about our other startup? Which was ATA. Oh, Iman, there you are, sir.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yeah. I'm not able to share my video.
Let's have a
I don't know
look.
why that
You
might
should
be.
be able to share. If it should give you access straight away from the moment you log on. It says allow access with video and camera.
Yeah, I did that, but it's giving me audio but not
That's really
video.
strange. Are you able?
Maybe I'll just. Shall I log out again and
Do you know what?
log back in
Are
again?
you still able to share your screen? Let's give that a go.
Let's give it a go.
At least we can still hear your amazing voice, as opposed and not your beautiful face.
That's very sweet. That's very kind.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Radio voice.
Your radio voice. That's it.
Oh, you guys, that's enough. Okay, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna start a radio talk show program.
Great.
And,
all right, Iman, when you're ready, your time starts now. You've got 4 minutes to pitch and then another 6 minutes for any questions or anything else. Go for it. Your time starts now. Off you go, mate.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. So my name's Iman. I run a product called Whitelance, and it helps companies to launch their own freelance marketplaces. So marketplaces are taking over the world. It's cliche, I know, but if you think about hiring a taxi agency, do you think about an offline agency on the high street, or do you think about using a marketplace where tech is cutting out the middleman, increasing service and quality of service and reducing the cost? And the same trend is happening all over the world. Services are shifting rapidly from offline agencies into online marketplaces. And the opportunity for those marketplaces is huge. So there's $1 trillion worth of services all over the world that's ready to be disrupted. And new marketplaces are launching every day to bring those services from offline to online. Just think about engineering or architecture or painting or babysitting or whatever it may be. There is room for disruption here. But for those companies that are building a new marketplace, it's pretty tricky. It's slow. It may take a year to launch. It's expensive. And there's a lot of regulation and bureaucracy surrounding how to get started. We make it very easy. So you can launch in a day for a simple monthly fee, and it's fully supported. Shopify, if you like, for the freelance talent space. What you get is a marketplace in a box. So you get everything you need to connect your buyers and your sellers through the application. And you have an admin dashboard to manage the marketplace itself. And we are focusing on the segment that is professional services, where our clients are looking to build marketplaces that provide their customers with a fully bespoke service, a bespoke quotation, like a request for quotation style listing platform. And in this segment, we're really the only people who are doing what is needed. You can buy cheap code to get started very quickly, but it's not scalable, it's not supported. a lot of our clients come from those. You can also use a marketplace in a box like ShareTribe, but that doesn't let you build a professional services style marketplace. You can build a great Fiverr or Airbnb style marketplace, but not an Upwork style, which is what our segment is focused on. And for this segment, it's around 400 billion in terms of the kind of talent marketplaces we're targeting who are interested in using third-party tech like ours. And our serviceable market opportunity is to generate a certain percentage fee in providing our service. The way that we do that is we charge a monthly subscription, and on a yearly basis, it looks at 8 to 25K a year. But in the future, we'll be looking to transition from a subscription base into a commission base. So we started developing the tech at the beginning of this year. We launched pretty quickly. We spent about $2,000 on marketing, and we now have 8 clients, our first 8 clients. They're bringing in 72K in annual recurring revenue. And by the end of this year, we'll have doubled that. And our goal in 3 years' time is to have 180 clients and be doing 3 million. So far, we have clients in UK, USA, Finland, Austria, and a few more coming in from the from the US this week. We have a pipeline of 25K. We've got potential lead value of over £1 million already. We're signing up 2 marketplaces every month. Most of these are coming from organic traffic and from referrals, often from our competitors. And for every $1 that we put in, we get back 46, and we've done over 100K in revenue so far. My background is in law, but then I built my own digital agency before founding this company. My CTO is basically a professional CTO. He's been doing this for the last 10 years, taking people from MVP all the way through to acquisition and IPO. And my head of development is Igor, who is basically a marketplace tech pro. We're raising 250K. Thank you, just on time, I appreciate that. So we're raising 250K for 10% equity. And our big audacious goal is to, in 5 years, reach 500 customers and bring our valuation from 2.5 million up to 100.
Oh my!
That's it. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely fascinating.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to go back if you don't mind, so I can see who's talking.
Iman, you know what? I'm willing to even make a prediction that you're going to reach your 500 clients in the next 2 years. I think it's very rare, and I've seen hundreds of companies in my investment role and in my current role that have managed to have such a good progress in just a few months. I just can't believe that you've started building this a few months. Walk me through your commercial strategy and who's going to actually help you execute that, because that's one of the most important skills that you're to have moving forward.
Lost him?
We lost him.
Hopefully that wasn't him trying to dodge the question, but he should be able to join us in a second. Oh, we can't hear you as well, Kevin. Iman, if you're still available, could you log back
Can
on?
you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you, Kevin. That was good.
Good. Iman's saying in the chat he's still here. Come
Yeah.
back, Iman. We miss you.
Yeah, yeah, please do come back on with your soothing radio voice. Let's go. Let me see. Click the ask to share button. What I'm going to do is people, let me find you. Don't worry, I have stopped the timer for this one, so you do get your time back, Iman. Invite for video. You should have received, I've sent you a message in the chat. If you click that, what that will do is that it will invite you into the call, into the chat. Or maybe not. Can you approve me? Yes, let's have a look. It hasn't seemed to have popped up here in the corner, but if you could actually just leave the room and then come back in, and then afterwards what it should do is should allow you to be able to access all the features once again. The invite was sent by a private message, but if you leave the chat or just click leave and then come back in, and then you should, we'll get you back to answer you a few questions.
Flavia, I agree with you though that it's unusual to see a business scale so quickly from the outset. So, and
I'm very excited.
And not just in the UK, but quite a number of countries.
Look, I've seen in my last, what would be now 9 years, I've seen 3 companies do that. One that got 700 of investment got to 2 million. One that had with 300,000, 3 million, and one that I'm not going to talk about.
Awesome. And what happened is that you may have missed it. They were just singing your praise about how your business was going to scale up, and they're really impressed with it. So I'm sure you'll be able to answer these questions they're about to throw to you. I'm going to give you an extra 4 minutes. Is that all right? So I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes.
That's very generous. Thank you so much. I'll jump straight into it. Flavia, I heard you ask some questions about our commercial strategy, if that's correct. Yeah. So shall I start with our target market and some of the pricing strategy that we have and then move from there? Okay. So our low-hanging fruits are entrepreneurs who are looking to build marketplaces. They tend to be, kind of revolutionary types who are looking to carve out a niche or a geography or a particular vertical. Let's say, for example, a real estate company in the US, one of our clients who saw COVID and thought, wow, there's a great opportunity to snap up lots of talent. And we're gonna eat into the traditional kind of recruitment space using our marketplace. And those are really easy to reach. Our entrepreneurs are desperate for this product because they're looking at spending, 250K building the tech and waiting 6 months to get to market. Whereas, you sign up with us and you're live the next day. So there's a massive advantage for them. The next target market for us is existing agencies who are looking at the next 10 years and thinking, wow, we're going to be taken over by a marketplace in that time. We need to build our own marketplace in order to stay relevant to the market. And then finally, we have some larger enterprises who are looking at how they can use their talent at a distance for various different legal and financial reasons in order to make better use of their flexible workforce. So 3 target markets, and our pricing reflects that. So we're starting at 500 a month, and that's for the entrepreneurs and for the existing companies. And then the conversations we've been having for enterprises is 25K a year plus.
Nice.
Very much.
Awesome. Any other questions, guys?
Sure.
Kev? Nope. Fantastic.
No, I don't. No.
Great. Fantastic. Aman, that was really good.
That was the easiest panel I've ever had to answer. Okay.
Well, I think we're both just thinking how impressed we are with your rapid scaling from out of the blocks, as it were. And for me, I was particularly impressed that it wasn't just the UK, but it was coming in from a whole number of different countries.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to give you to come off the blocks with giving you a wrong impression. So if I still have a minute, Tambo, maybe I can give you a bit of the backstory as to where we've come from and how we were able to grow so quickly.
About a minute, 15 seconds.
Do I still have? Yeah. Okay. So prior to this product, we built our own marketplace, which was a marketplace called CrowdSkills in London, which matches university students with local startups. And we grew that to like 3,000 users. We were seeing some growth there, but what we realized at the end of several years, I think it was 2 years, that after we tested it, built the product, etc., we got to the point where our LTV to CAC growth, like ratio, just wasn't enough to sustain significant growth, and we would have to raise a lot of investment, marketing investment, to grow the marketplace itself. But a lot of entrepreneurs were coming to us saying, we want to do what you're doing, but give us some advice. So we noticed there was an opportunity, that there was a gap in the market for a marketplace as a service business in our space. So we actually had invested in quite a lot of technology already, and what we did at the beginning of this year was shift from a single marketplace architecture to a multi-tenant system, which is typical kind of SaaS architecture, which enabled us to go from our existing marketplace to our current product very, very rapidly.
It makes sense.
And that was
I didn't have time to explain all of that in the pitch,
ended,
so
exactly
sorry.
1 minute, 15 seconds. Iman, you're impressing me even more just with your clinical timing as well. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, punctuality is the politest of princes, I'm told.
And you're charming too. Well done. I love it. I love it. Ladies and gents, please give up for Iman one more time. That was fantastic.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Right. I have been on the hunt for the last few minutes to get our final startup, which is Chris Meir. Are you in the room, sir? I've sent you an email. I've private messaged you, and you still have not responded, which is an absolutely shame because I feel like a stalker that is trying to get hold of someone that they're in love with. But would have loved to see your pitch today. Chris Meir, are you here? 10 seconds. This is usually where I play my countdown music if I'm hosting a session, and it'll play in the background. 7, 5.
He's connected.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either, which is an absolute shame. I would have to say, before we go into the networking session, I want to say thank you very much, Kevin and Flavia. You guys have been absolutely amazing in regards to the questions that you've been asking our startups, but not only that, just being able to probe their minds and really dig deeper into the solutions that they're trying to solve. Thank you once again for everybody that was here. In the back of my mind, as I was saying that, I was trying to remember all the startups. So thank you very much, Wendy, from Team Wendy. Thank you very much, Jeremy, and Jason and Derek, and of course, Scott and Iman. You guys have been all amazing. The networking event is happening right now. So if you have any questions, let's head over to networking and you guys can connect and continue these conversations that we've been having. Any support that you can give our startups, if you have been watching, please do get in contact with them and share, because of course it is all about the network that we're trying to build with this Meet the Founders events. Any last words, Kevin and Flavia?
No, as ever, always very interesting looking at all the different companies, the breadth of different industries, sectors, ideas, and always very impressed with what people achieve. So always fun to be at this end of it.
Fantastic.
From my end, I absolutely loved the founders and their story, and I'm always amazed by how much is achieved very early on. So I have reached out to all of the founders that have presented today, and I'll be happy to extend my professional support to all of them and continue the dialogue, which I think is very important.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And on that note,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gents, and have a good and pleasant evening. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes.
See you later.
Bye. Bye, guys.